I'm sitting here with Kevin Phillips, founder of LTI Information Technology. Kevin, tell us a little bit what LTI Information Technology is all about.
Absolutely. Well, thank you for interviewing us today. LTI Information Technology, we are a network consulting company, and what we do is we work with a wide range of companies that are wrestling with computer problems, or maybe they have an internal IT department that's frustrated trying to serve their network. And so we have a team of really great technicians that provide really high quality, great service to help with those problems.
Get a little bit of an idea of your marketplace. Are you mainly working with firms that already have IT departments?
Well, it's not uncommon for us to work with a company that has an IT department. I'll give you a couple examples.
Okay.
One example of an organization that we work with is they had their own IT department. A couple folks, it was a pretty large network, 300 computers, and those two folks, they were struggling, the two internal IT people, really great people.
So this is a company with about 300 people and two IT people.
Correct.
And now, were they all located here in Ann Arbor, or were they spread out geographically?
One was in Ann Arbor, the other one was in Howell.
Okay.
And like I said,
and is the company all here in Ann Arbor, though, or is it spread out?
Spread out a little bit.
Okay.
Main location is here in Ann Arbor. Second location is indeed in Howell.
Okay.
And so what was going on with them is the company itself, they had technical needs that these two people just didn't have the time, and they didn't have the training to do for the company. And vice versa, the IT folks, they were kind of frustrated as well because, they were working really long hours, felt like they were getting nowhere, didn't have the time to train. So what we actually did for them is we came on board, actually hired their staff, brought them onto our staff, and then formed a team of people that now take care of all their networking needs, building up new equipment and supporting the existing.
So they essentially wound up outsourcing their IT to you.
Yes. Yeah.
Okay.
Other examples, we work with a lot of nonprofits, smaller companies that just can't afford their own IT person. And so they've done things like, they'll have whoever has enough computer skill there to try to maintain the network. They'll wear a few hats. And they've brought us on board to free that person up to do their primary job, and now we take care of their network.
Okay.
And then probably the third category is ones where a company has an internal IT department, and the IT department is pretty good, but maybe they need a little bit of polish in how they deliver service to their internal clients, the users of that network, or they just need a technical push. Whether it's they're bringing on a new plant and they need assistance connecting that plant in a secure way. They want to look at some technology that maybe they're not trained up on, like virtualization, and they'll bring us on board to actually train and teach their IT staff how to do that via implementing a project for them. So it's kind of on-the-job training that they can get compared to just sending them off to a course. Or they brought us on board to introduce some of our systems to fine-tune that department.
Technology or technology understanding is really the base that is expected of all IT consultants. So you can't really differentiate yourself on that. You have to be technically proficient or technically expert. But how do you differentiate yourselves then?
Things that really set this company apart is a dedication to win-win-win. In other words, our clients win, the staff that we have, they win in a deal, and the company is successful as well. And we've been able to accomplish that by doing a lot of service training. We have specific methods of delivering service consistently. We deliver our service as a team. We don't just put one great tech out at a site, and if something happens to that tech, he takes a vacation day, then the client gets the second best.
Right.
They're always getting the A team every time.
Okay.
We heavily train our staff. We actually pay for training. We give them time per week to do that training, and we reward them when they complete training. And then the final thing I think that we really do is if a client isn't a fit, for whatever that reason may be, we're real upfront about that in the initial process of taking them on as a client or not.
So what makes a good fit client and maybe a not so good fit client? I mean, what are the differentiators there?
Mm-hmm. I think a good fit client is somebody who, one, technology is important to their business, that they understand and appreciate that when their computer systems are running well, that as a whole the company is usually more efficient and the staff is more happy as well.
Okay.
A less than good fit would be organizations who feel, these computers, they're just annoying. I don't care if they break. They'll find, my staff will find some way to work around it. And we do run into that. We work with a lot of manufacturing companies, a lot of engineering companies, a good portion of nonprofits. In the manufacturing environment, I've seen that on a good handful of occasions where as long as the manufacturing system's up for the counting people and the bills are coming up, the rest is secondary. I don't care if they suffer on the floor. That's probably not a fit.
Okay, so they don't have perhaps what I call a strategic perspective on IT is what you're saying.
Great way of putting it. Another example of something that wouldn't be a fit, and I've had this happen several times, is if a company calls us and says, we're struggling financially, we have this really great IT person, but we can't afford him, so we want you guys to come in, take over his job, and we're going to let him go. And I'll approach them and say, well, have you talked to him about it? Is that person on board with this and understands that the business is struggling and can't afford him anymore? Because perhaps we can bring him onto our team if, that guy or gal goes through, we have a very rigorous recruiting process, but if they do fit our requirements, maybe they can come on our team. If they come back and go, oh no, that's too much of a risk, I don't want you talking to him, we just want to let him go, that's not a fit. It's not consistent with win-win-win. We don't take anybody's job,
Okay.
I mean, now of course if somebody is just, mean and nasty and they need to go, that's a different situation.
Right.
But we don't hurt good people. That's one of the things this company's grounded in.